the culprit. I'm the main one.
I believe you.
Can't tell them nothing.
It's always a problem around here. These kids and their phones these days. SoCal Saturday, live from the Rabot studio. Why not? Let's have some fun today. Horse racing happy hour. SoCal Saturdays. Yes, it's Derby season. It is Santa Anita Derby Saturday tomorrow. So, of course, that is what we're going to be talking about here on the program. We're presented each week, as always, by our friends at AmWager. Sign up right now, get an extra $50 in your account. That's exactly right. A $50 deposit match right now for all new customers over at AmWager, amwager.com. Make sure you get in with them. Barry Spears in town. We're hanging out at the Ashland tomorrow here. Same spot. Wherever you're watching us right now, go ahead and check us out tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern time on the Horse Racing Happy Hour. We'll be live at the finish line at Keeneland Racecourse tomorrow. Barry, got your credential?
Yeah.
Got your parking pass? How about that? A little parking pass for Barry Spears.
Yeah,
you
for the invisible ride.
You don't drive in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that you do. That's exactly right. So, hey, appreciate everybody hanging out with us. If you are new to the program, we hang out here every Friday at this time, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific. Yes, we're previewing tomorrow's card on a Friday, but hey, want to give people as much time as possible to listen to us throughout the day. Derby Trail to this point, we've got a couple of preps this weekend as well, Barry. New York, I think we're all kind of trying to figure out that Wooden Memorial route recently. Before last year, we'd get a bunch of upsets and kind of random horses in there, the King Russells of the world, that sort of stuff.
Lord Miles,
those kinds of horses. I feel like last year, Rodriguez, we were there. Rodriguez was a legitimate Derby contender had he stayed healthy. It's kind of Bob Baffert horse that, hey, come, gets on the front, come get me sort of horse. Lost him to injury certainly last year. I think there's one in that race on the outside, an Iron Honor, and if he can get it done from the outside, I'll get my eyeballs will get real big. I think a full effort does that tomorrow as well in the Bluegrass here at Keeneland. We'll have a couple of those runners. We'll get to the Santa Anita Derby later on, but what I love about tomorrow is that we're still at this point where we're still figuring out who that next horse might be. We've seen Renegade now in the Arkansas Derby. We watched that Florida Derby. We've got 2-3 horses out of that I know we both like. Still got a lot to play on tomorrow.
Sure. The puzzle isn't totally done yet. So these are the last couple of pieces. And I think, the races themselves are very interesting.
Yeah.
And should really put that picture together quite well. I'm with you. If Iron Horse?
Iron Honor.
Iron Honor.
Yep.
Iron Horse. Same thing.
I agree. It's the same thing. There's no difference between honor and horse. I agree.
Thing.
No, it's exactly the same.
Horses are honorable, right?
Yes. There you go.
That horse wins from the outside. That'd be really
you ever
impressive.
been bitten by one of these things? Not so honorable then. I'll tell you. It's not great.
Not.
Ever been bitten by a horse?
No.
That changes how I feel about you, actually.
It should.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ashamed.
You should be a little ashamed. Oh, man. Barry Spears, Louis Rabot hanging out with you here at SoCal Saturdays. We go through the entire card on Saturday every week at this time. Like I said, we're presented by AmWager. We will be out there at Keeneland tomorrow, 11 o'clock start time, Eastern time there. Barry, you ready to go on this card? These are the days, man, that, we were out there for the San Felipe. Boy, outside of the big cap, that card was unbelievable. And frankly, the big cap paid $18.
I know.
So it ain't like it was a bad day.
It was a tough day. It was a tough wagering
It was a tough
day.
for sure. A very similar card here. Plus, we also get those moments when someone realizes their horse is going to be in that Oak starting gate. Someone's going to be in the Derby starting gate. Spectacular card.
A lot of pressure on, but everybody likes it. They want to be in this spot. They want to rise to the occasion, and hopefully we'll get some performances that show us that. That's what we want.
We'll be watching for Louis Baffert play of the day, and of course, at some point, we will dive inside the mind of Spears. No one wants to be there, but too bad you're watching SoCal Saturdays, and that's how it works on this program. Race 1 out there, Santa Anita Park on Saturday, is an optional claimer down the hill. Barry, they saved a couple of these down the hill races for when we're not there.
I'm so disappointed.
You could have had
and it's not a hill. That's the other thing.
What is it?
The hill. It's not
slight
a hill.
incline.
It's like a little,
down the slight incline.
Little ramp, little speed bump.
How about that, Quigs? Down the hill here, 6.5 for a Long's optional claimer. $70K in the kitty for fillies who have never won more than a race, Barry, essentially 4 and up in this spot. Where'd you land? Race 1.
I landed on the 2 Marjoram, which is
Catholic
a spice.
Yes.
In the mint family from the Mediterranean.
I love you. I mean, Barry, good.
I did a little research on this one. But yeah. And McCarthy, first time starter who won. That says a lot to me. Honestly,
I'm not lying.
it
You're
says
right.
a lot.
Yes,
I mean, this horse ran pretty good at Churchill in the slop, no less, which is another thing. Didn't break well and still won. They show up here and hook a field that really isn't that good, I don't believe. There's a couple of horses that have been running in higher places, like mow him down the one, but I don't really have too much confidence in that horse. I think Marjoram actually might be on the improve after that first start. Going down the hill seems like that this was the intent. So I'll go with it. I know they're 5-2 on the morning line. I think that's a good lukewarm favoritism. I'm not really into the favorite thing, but I am this time.
First time Lasix for this filly as well. Daughter of Quality Road, Pioneer the Nile on the dam side, not worried about distance. And often, Barry, when we talk about going down the slight incline, when we talk about it in terms of horses that want to actually get a mile, right? Because you do get down that incline. And when you get to the flat part of the land there, it probably feels like you're going uphill a little bit. Someone that's willing to go a little bit more distance, obviously, as far as the breeding's concerned, she can get done.
Yeah, that's what I believe. I mean, the connections, the Juddmonte horse, the well-bred. I mean, all the signs are there in a race that doesn't really stack up too tough.
I landed on the 4 horse here. Barry and I, this is why I know we're probably going to do a better job today. You and I were pretty similar on San Felipe Day, and that was not good.
No,
it really wasn't. It was okay in spots, but overall not good.
Yeah.
And so hopefully today one of us will be great, or a combination of us will be great, something like that. Bro, I'm throwing one downfield to start the day.
Okay.
And I'm going to Bears Board, who did try the turf last time for the first time at a mile and seemed to really take to it well. Doug O'Neill's going to send this one down the hill with Emisal Jaramillo aboard. Your likely winning rider for the jockey standings out there at Santa Anita Park. This is one that broke its maiden on the dirt at the 32 maiden level, but moves to the turf for the first time. First out against winners at the $50,000 level in an optional claimer, not available for claim because of the conditions, and I almost picks off the thing at 8.5 to 1. You're going to give me 15 to 1 on this horse going down the hill after it just showed on turf that it wants to be there. They've been working this one on the Tapeta. Very, very good speed as well. Gets away from that rail draw as well. I think that makes a ton of sense in here. So I went 4, 3, and 8 in here. The 3 is still unwritten. Edwin Maldonado coming out of a 6-furlong turf race. It is a win. Back-to-back wins for this one. And when you talk about non-2-lifer races, once in a while, it's just good to grab a horse that's been either winning or near the front there. I think still unwritten makes a lot of sense. And you mentioned the 8 horse in here, and I agree with you on this part. Struck by her. We've now seen Florence Roux go down the hill a couple of times. Seems comfortable with that route at this point. Tried the Sweet Life last time. A lot easier company here.
Yeah, the drop down makes a lot of sense. This horse definitely not prepared for that, coming off Lasix. Now going back on, I think this horse might be able to sit a pretty decent trip. There's enough speed in here. I think the pace is going to be honest, and this horse could get a decent trip from the outside as long as they press the pace. If they get too far back, they might have some trouble catching the leaders. But Florent seems to have a good handle on the pace and how things are or how races are run out west. And I think he'll put this horse in the right spot. 5 to 1's a good price on a horse that stands, to me, a better than average shot to win.
No, I think that's exactly right. Moving on to race 2 here. This is SoCal Saturdays. My name is Louis Rabeau. Thanks for hanging out with us on the program here. We're presented by Amwager, amwager.com, of course, for the website. Let me move some things around on our screen. I apologize for the delay here as we move through the program. I'm not used to having Barry sit next to me for this thing. Usually,
I'm intimidated.
I don't think that's what it is. No. But yes, the race 2 there at Santa Anita Park alongside Barry Spears, Louis Rabeau, horse racing happy hour. Hanging out with you. Move on to an optional claimer, another $70,000 purse, $50,000 claiming price for non-2-lifer, 6.5 on the dirt here, 3 and up. And Barry, I noticed this. I talked about this with Bob Ehalt this morning on my radio show. Bob saying, hey, look, sometimes you see horses in stakes company because 3-year-olds don't have a lot of spots this time of year to land in allowance company. I like that California is now making these races available for 3 and up earlier in the year to try to allow that. I think a good development in Santa Anita.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it helps with entries.
Yes, period.
You have a bigger pool to draw from, and you're going to fill. A lot of horses fit in this sort of category. And this is a tough race. You got a couple Bafferts in here. So it shows that this kind of race riding works. Yes,
that's exactly right. And frankly, when we see the headlines of Baffert saying, hey, I'm going to be in Kentucky, I'm going to be doing these things. There's rumors of a string at Saratoga. You need to write this if you're going to keep his 3-year-olds out west. And why would you not want to? The favorite in here is a 3-year-old, Barry. That is the 5 horse in here in Crude Velocity, a second-time starter. And I will go ahead and be lazy and pick that horse. I also happen to think he's the best. I love a horse coming out of a maiden win and has backed it up since then with just super fast works. I don't know how accurate the 89 is as far as the speed figure here, Barry, but hey, if we're comfortable enough to kind of take the blinkers off and let this horse move into the next phase of his career, Son of Bo Liam here, Lemon Drop Kid on the dam side, you wonder if they'll stretch him out at some point.
Yeah, it seems
you do
like
wonder,
that,
right?
Yeah.
And I think you take the blinkers off if that's what you're doing, is you're moving this horse toward being potentially one of those Churchill Downs or Saratoga horses this summer. I have him on top here. Who would you land on the race to?
Same thing. Crude Velocity as well. I thought that first race was pretty good. It was kind of odd that they're taking the blinkers off, but if they're looking to stretch this horse, how it might be just what the doctor ordered. Did kind of get off slowly last time, but that workout on March 26th is pretty good, and I think this horse is going to be ready to pop right out of the gate there and get good position wherever that may be. And there's not much other in here other than the other Baffert, the 7 March of Time, which who hasn't been out in a while. I think this horse, who's been training well and doing all the right things, gets their shot, and I think they're going to capitalize.
March of Time, of course. Juan Hernandez riding that one. We get Florent Giroux aboard Crude Velocity here. I went 5-7. You went 5-6-7. Santa Reina made your handicapping here for Mark Glad. Boy, if speed figures are right, this one's got a serious shot here.
Absolutely. Yep. And this horse has been training steadily coming into this. You see this steady stream since February 15th all the way through March 28th. Very good works. This horse has speed, probably I could actually say probably the most speed out of anybody in this race. We'll have to deal with March of Time, but I think this horse is pretty good. Probably flying a little bit below the radar because there are 2 Bafferts in here.
Yep.
But that's okay for the bettors.
Yeah, well, it sounds really, really good, frankly. 2 Bafferts on top for me, so that is Louis' Baffert play of the day. Comes early in race 2 today. Louis' Baffert play of the day. 5-7-1, though. The 1 horse on the inside is Comedy Town. George Papadromu. Unbelievable start to 2026, this guy. 20% win percentage. He has been lights out at this meeting at Santa Anita Park as well. This is a horse, Barry. We talk about these non-2 sort of, companies. This is a horse that's now 2nd, 5th, but by 3 1/4 lengths, a winner, and then 2nd in his last 4 races. Before that, even at Del Mar was 2nd. It's just a horse that's hitting the board a lot. I'll put the 1 in the 3rd spot here in my handicapping there as well. So behind the 2 Bafferts for me, Barry, 5, 6, and 7. In race 2 at Santa Anita Park tomorrow. This is SoCal Saturdays on the Horse Racing Happy Hour presented by Amwager. Amwager.com. Go get that $50 match right now for your deposit. You put in $50. They put in $50 over at Amwager and Amwager.com. Barry, moving on to race 3 here. Maiden special on the dirt once again. 6 furlongs here, and this is for 3-year-olds. So we're on the dirt, 6 furlongs, maiden special, open company, 70 G's on the line. We see the return of Winston Avenue in here for Bob Baffert. This is one that was behind Cherokee Nation, like Flightline in the Pacific Classic behind Cherokee Nation. How do you handicap those kinds of races when a horse like Winston Avenue, who's obviously got talent, the breeding's there, we know these connections, but they lose by 10 lengths in a maiden race? How do you handicap that going to the next race?
It's tough because you don't know how they react against a whole set of different animals. And the thing is, this horse could be faster than everybody, but it just doesn't look like that on paper. And it gives you a little trickery there where you have to read between the lines a little bit and kind of guesstimate that this horse is just as fast as anybody or faster. I tend to think that this horse is as expected, but I still don't think this horse can win this race. I like the 6, Rakonen. There's some precocity in the pedigree. A lot of horses in there that go to the lead, a couple of first-time out winners, and again, going under the radar because of the Baffert horses. And 10-1 seems like a really, really far-fetched price. I think that horse is going to get bet. But if we get half that, I'm still happy. I mean, after a Formula One guy,
you didn't get the Raikkonen reference, did you?
No,
No, you didn't get that. You didn't know what Formula One was in 2007 with Kimi Räikkönen winning. Back then. It was 20 years ago.
You know what it is?
Holy crap, that was 20 years ago.
20. Man, you're old, bro.
You're old. Your face is old. No, 6-2 and 5 for Barry here, race 3. You've got Winston Ave in the 2nd spot, but let's talk about Mococo. Another first timer here, Librato Barosio. Another guy that had a really great year last year, of course, winning the great
year right now.
No, he's also 7 for 19 at this meet, so not a ton of starters, but boy, when he gets there, he's got him in the right spots. Armando Ayuso rides here. The two of them have won one of their last 7 together here at Santa Anita Park, but good numbers of maiden special weights as well. Gotta like that bullet work on March 22nd.
That's the one. That's the key. You know, that shows me that this horse has talent. The gate works, really fast gate works are very, very good to me. You know, usually I like the horses with the longest, fastest gate work closest to the race in races that don't have much form like this one. But this is a different sort of situation because the horses that have run, like Captain Shreve and Winston Ave, ran against some good horses. I mean, you get So Happy in there, Potente, Crude Velocity. You know, it makes for a tough sort of race betting wise too, because they're going to attract a lot of attention, and then people might be swayed that way because the crowd's going that way. But I think Raikkonen. Not bad.
Kimi Räikkönen.
I'm not the linguist. You are. That's why you help me.
Did you play in Scandinavia at all?
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
then I won't hold that against you.
Okay. Good.
That worked out for you.
But yeah,
You could be lying, by the way, right now. I have no idea about your playing career.
buckets. Let's go.
6, 2, and 5 for Barry. I agree on the 2, and that's it. I went 1, 2, 3 here. Duke Silver from the inside, second timer. Everybody who watches this show knows I love a second timer. Mark Glad too, man. 25% with second timers recently. Really, really great number. 19% there in maiden specials. He and Kazushi Kimura, sneaky, fantastic 24% together at Santa Anita Park the last 2 years. Totally agree with you about Winston Ave. If he puts it together, he should win this race. Right?
Yeah.
Should. Okay, but I think Duke Silver is a similar kind of talented to him. I'll go with a different first timer here. Michael McCarthy's first time number is up to 10%.
Yeah.
But from 5 to 10%, when you have a sample size that big, means you're winning at way more than 10%.
True.
Right? Okay.
To get to that 10%.
Evisile Jaramillo gets the mount. This is another horse that worked just well enough from the gate, at least last time, in my opinion, to get there. I would absolutely throw this one in my multi-ways chickens. You mentioned Captain Shreve. They're taking the blinkers off here. Are they overreacting a little bit to one bad race? This horse was right there with Potente. I mean, this is not some bum. I mean,
no, but
change up the equipment.
Kind of loses ground late. And,
okay. So maybe he needs to know.
Right.
He needs to hear and see.
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure that might shake it up. But since the horse has never run without blinkers, why not try it when they couldn't get over the hump 3 other times?
That's fair enough. All right. So 1, 2, 3 for me. Barry 6, 2, and 5. The 5 horse in there, Barry, is Mokoko. As you mentioned, of course, you love that last work from the gate there. Coming out now of race 3. What do you think the early pick 3 pays on Santa Anita Derby Day?
Ooh.
What you got?
$75.
75 1?
Yeah.
I'll take 75 1.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Sounds like a nice one. All right. Well, let's work on. You want to do race 4 now?
Yeah.
That's after race 3.
Is it?
How about that? All right. Let's do race 4 here. And we get into the stakes races. The Echo Eddie starts here. It's a state bred race. $125,000 on the line. We're going 6.5 on the dirt here. This is for 3-year-olds, Barry. This is their undercard sort of Calbred races on their big day out there at Santa Anita Park. A lot of different options here. And if you watch this show, boy, you're going to know a lot of the names in this race, man. Galloping Ghost in here from the inside, a horse that you and I both really like. In Fianello, who's tried Stakes Company before because Steve Knapp doesn't care and he's going to go for it. And I love it. Tommy Norris is in here for Labrado Barosio, of course. You get the San Vicente runner in Thirsty Rebel in here as well. Sammy Davis is probable favorite here. We saw him go down the hill last time, was second in that Cal Cup Derby to start the ride, and then Southern Melody on the outside. You and I both had on our tickets last time out for Craig Dolaz in an optional claimer just this month. And so, I mean, a fun field here, Barry, in race 4. And I went to the 5 horse here. I went chalky, unfortunately, with Sammy Davis, but this is one that I've seen already perform well without Lasix and all the other conditions, has been there in these levels of races. A second place in the Cal Cup Derby over a mile and a 16 isn't going to dissuade me from this horse. I think he's fast enough to get the lead, and I think he can get it done here. So I'll go 5, 1, and 4. The inside horse is Galloping Ghost. This is one coming out of a maiden breaker at 6.5. I just think all of those splits can win here. And I think the horse can get better, can step into this a little bit more. I like rebooking Juan Hernandez here. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then I went to the 4 horse, Thirsty Rebel, unfortunately 3-2 as well. But I thought that performance in the Vicente, at the beginning at least, keeping up with So Happy, a reminder, no one kept up with So Happy in that race. Right? And so, frankly, finishing fourth in that race actually puts you in the same company as Butane and Acknowledge Me Please. And so I think that puts Thirsty Rebel in good company. 5, 1, and 4 for me here in race 4. Barry, where'd you land?
I landed on Thirsty Rebel for the reasons like you just said. That horse has been keeping very good company and running well. Went into open company in the San Vicente and didn't run all that poorly against So Happy. Then came out of that, got Lasix going on the turf, which they really probably didn't want to do. So put a line through that one. And they were actually favored in that race.
I know.
Drops into a spot that's very winnable. I think this pace will be honest up front. You got Tommy Norris, who has some speed. The inside horse probably wants to go. And you have Sammy Davis that probably wants to get in the mix, and possibly even Southern Melody. And all they have to do is kind of sit off of that. And Thirsty Rebel, I think, gets a great trip here.
Thirsty Rebel, of course, breaking from the 4. You have the 2-horse Fianello. I mentioned that horse in the setup of this race as son of Stay Thirsty here. Go Sapper on the dam side. It's an interesting one, Bear, because we've seen this one do everything, right? So many of these Calbreds, we see them try a little bit of everything. This one's only ever been on the dirt in Fianello. Interestingly, though, first race out, 4.5-er as a 2-year-old, gets it done in May. Off till August, bring him back, in stakes company. Stake, optional claimer, stake, optional claimer. No wins since the debut. Why do you like that horse here?
Well, I think they kind of learned about this horse while losing races. When they brought this horse back, they were in the graduation, which is state bred stake at Del Mar. Didn't run that great. Tried the I'm Smoking at a similar distance. Didn't run that great. And they kind of kept at it, went long, and then they started riding the horse a little bit differently the last 2 races. I just wish they could pick a distance and try to hone in on that, but they're kind of all over the place. But I still think this horse has been running competitively in a lot of these races, just gets a little post relief here and might be able to get a setup with all this speed. And I think they can come running. I'm not sure about winning this race, but I think they'll show up in the picture.
4, 2, and 5 for Barry. Barry also has Sammy Davis in his handicapping here. I think just a likely type. We're not on the turf anymore. We're not, doing any of those things. I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Close of the pick 5, start of a pick 3 there will be race 5 out there at Santa Anita Park on Saturday. Lou Rabeau and Barry Spears hanging out with you. SoCal Saturdays presented by Amwager. We're on the Horse Racing Happy Hour podcast network here. Race 5, Barry, a claimer in here, $25,000, $35,000 purse. Make sure you get in that way as well. Barry, there's that race there. Mile on the turf here. We always think of mile turf races when we think Santa Anita Park. Who'd you land on?
I landed on the 1. Pioneer Prince. This horse came back off a lengthy layoff running, which is always a good sign. I mean, as far as buyer's speed figures go, it was in a $32,000 claimer. This horse ran an 82, and he was kind of running 80-ish before that layoff 2 years ago. And that race that they came back in had the horse named Doncic in there, and Code Duello, very tough claiming types. And I think the stretch out makes a lot of sense. This horse is better going longer. It was just a prep race, and I think they're going to be ready to go. Doug O'Neill's firing on all cylinders right now. So I just don't see any downside to picking a horse like this.
So I have 2 teenagers in my house, Barry, and you just pulled a teenager move in the middle of a show that determines my income.
Maybe.
That's where we are, people. That's my life. This is my life. These are the people I work with. Is Barry Spears dropping
fumbles.
His phone. That was a fumble. You know what? That was a fumble. You're so lucky football season's over. You would have got tackled. Yeah, it'd been over for you. A little collapse long. I mean, I don't even know what we would do, man. That'd be terrible.
Nah, I give it to Barry Sanders. I just spin right off you, dog.
Oh, man. This is a good note from our guy, Steve Unger. He hopes you know who Sammy Davis is. All right.
No, I do not. I'm not wearing my kit. That's why.
That's mean, and I like it.
No jewels. I'm not wearing my jewelry.
Barry, I got to tell you, I was so happy to have to type the numbers 11 and 12 on this show.
Really?
Because we don't always get to talk about the 11 and 12 horse iteration.
True.
It was nice to type those in today. Yeah. You went 1, 2, and 11. I went 5, 1, and 2. I'll talk about the 5 here. In Jimmy Blue Jeans. This is one that you talk about the tough claiming types. Mm-hmm. This is one of those. He's in this level all the time. And he's banging around all the time. George Papadromu, part of the reason he's having a great meet is because of horses like this. 2 for 4 this year, 3 times at a mile, 1 time at a mile, and a 16th on the turf Gets a little bit, I think, of class relief from last out. Was in a 32 allowance. Gets back into a claiming 25 last time the horse was in that. He got the lead about halfway through the race, and nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. It turned into a carousel at that point, and he won over several of the horses that are in this one. So I expect him to keep his form. Kyle Frey, frankly, had a miserable start to the meet and has really turned it around as far as wins. He's still peppering the board like crazy, but boy, remember, I think he's 1 for 49 or 1 for 50 at some point. Not so much anymore. He's picked off a ton of races since then. I expect him to very much do that on Saturday. The one horse on the inside, completely agree with you. I think Pioneer Prince makes a ton of sense in this field. I'll go to the outside, though, the 12 horse, as I mentioned, with Kawasaki. 10-1 here, Richard Baltz's trains, was in that same race as Jimmy Blue Jeans last time. I don't love the rail position, but the last time this horse tried an outside position, it was in a 1 3/8 race. So I frankly don't know what to do with any of that information, but I think the horse fits at this level, has won at the claiming 25 before. That was breaking from the 6 hole in a 10 horse race, so he's at least won in a big field before. So why can't I get 10-1 on a Richard Baltz's trainee here? Or mind you, so I've seen way weirder things than that, right?
You should get that. Yeah. I mean, the outside draw is probably the thing that'll keep those odds higher because of the fact that they're going to have to lose ground. I mean, the jockey trainer combo is outstanding.
Overall, too. I mean, at Santa Anita, especially 38%.
But it's tough. They got to work out a trip, though.
Got to work out a trip.
Get your price.
Yep, you got to get your price here. I would say anywhere north of 7-1 or more would be totally fair on that horse. But this is one that belongs at this level. Fits in at this level very, very well. So I'll go that direction there. Barry, you're 1-2-11. Go ahead and talk about the 11 horse here.
Yeah, this horse.
Look at you back to the Doug O'Neill barn. In the well. Why not?
Hey, I got to ride it till the wheels fall off. And right now the wheels are on there with some Dayton's on it. But this horse has ran good at higher company. Came off the bench from August 17th to January 10th, 2026. Ran a good race and seems to be on the up and up. This horse got a couple of wide trips, and I think they're going to get another wide trip, but this horse is good enough. As far as the class goes, this is some class relief, and I think they'll be coming running late.
Son of Mendelson. How about that? We've seen them perform quite well on the turf all over the world, frankly, and so should be a fun one. There on Saturday, that closes the early pick 5. How much does the early pick 5 pay? I'm going to go $1,200.
I'm going to say $850. Might get a little chalky. One of those races.
Why are you being a pessimist? What's up? Why are you being
No, because we
thought
we're throwing downfield later.
This is a fun show. Well, you say my 15-1 ain't working a race 1 is what you're getting at. Okay.
If that one wins, you're.
Well, that ain't even $1,200. Talking more than that. That's exactly right. All right. So moving on to the later part of the sequence, race 6 here at Santa Anita Park. SoCal Saturdays, Louis Rabeau and Barry Spears. The Santa Anita Oaks is the next race. It's grade 2, 1:16 on the dirt. So many great fillies have run in this race. Really. I hate to use the term historic because lots of things in horse racing are historic, but legitimately the Santa Anita Oaks, very historic.
Oh yeah, all kinds of horses that we know and love from the years gone by have won this race. I think didn't Bayakoa win this one? She's one of my favorites of all time. Anyway, but
there you go.
Yeah, this is a great race all the time.
You found the picture of Bayakoa without trying at Santa Anita.
Oh yeah.
Just right away. We're in a hallway with thousands of horse pictures. You're like, oh,
that one in megahertz.
Yeah, megahertz. That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Meaning comes in at 3 to 5. And so let's, this is the Oaks. This is our Santa Anita Derby episode. We're together. Let's have, let's kind of slow down with these Oaks and Derby preps. 3 to 5 here. Wins the Les Virginis last time, going the mile. Here's my wondering about this period. Forced entry is in here. And the overall splits in the forced entry was faster than the Les Virginis. And Meaning gets this perfect setup in the last race. Flavien Prat aboard. I'm not saying the move to Wandernate is a step down. That's not what I'm doing. But this is one that went from a maiden win at Los Al. They dump her in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies over 2 turns for the first time ever. Jose Ortiz pilots her to a 4th place finish. She comes back and wins immediately. What do we make of Meaning here?
Well, she's certainly talented, if anything else. But I don't think she's overpowering.
3 to 5 surprising,
very,
isn't it?
very short.
It's aggressive, is it not?
Yeah.
Does that not almost feel like a personal opinion from the morning line maker than anything else?
Could be.
Because there's a graded stakes winner in this field. And they're 4 to 1.
I like that horse more, actually. So
But 4-1 on that. Now, is it because Juan Hernandez was on forced entry and he's choosing meaning here?
Yeah, I think they just overreached with that number.
Okay.
It's a little low.
Okay.
I think those two are going to be closer in betting than 3-5, 4-1. Probably more 9-5, 8-5.
So you like forced entry here, already done at Santa Isabel, mile and a 16th, dirt course at Santa Anita. Juan Hernandez aboard. Mike Smith, does that change much for you?
No, especially because of the post position. They got the rail draw. He's going to have to get position early. He doesn't have many options as far as that goes. So getting position early is the key for this horse, and I think they might set a good trip.
Forced entry, a daughter of Charlatan. Violence on the dam side will be interesting to see if the 2 turns works out again this Saturday. Second place finisher in this race. So we have kind of a dueling thing here, where Robusta was second in the San Felipe, is 8-1 in the Derby. Bank Shot is 20-1 after what I thought was a very good showing in the Santa Isabel, a winner in a mile. So 2 turns at Santa Anita Park in a maiden race as well. Why is this horse 20-1 besides the connections?
That's it. That's simply it.
What's a fair number on this horse? I think
about 10.
I think so too. 8-1 even. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're on the same page. Is there a world in which if Bank Shot drifts up to like 30-1?
You're going to have to think twice.
So here's the thing about Bank Shot that's interesting. Is sometimes in these races in Southern California, people try to make money on the Bafferts in the place and show pools. A horse like Bank Shot goes into those pools, and if you can get that horse second, if that horse backs up that Santa Isabel,
unless Meaning goes off 3-5 and wins by a pole, then
you still don't get paid.
You still get a little bit.
Yeah. But this horse, is it just the Ryan Hansen and Escobedo combination? Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, the barn.
Can she win here?
Yeah, certainly.
It would
ran competitively against both the 2 horses that should get back here.
Finished ahead of French Blue, who's up next. Will break from the 3. Bob Baffert, Florent Giroux here was in that Santa Isabel. Taking the blinkers off. Why do you think?
No idea.
She got past the stretch.
Yeah, but I thought that horse ran good enough.
I thought she did too, especially first attempt over 2 turns.
I mean, maybe they saw something that we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he is Bob Baffert, the Hall of Famer, Triple Crown winning trainer. So I'm not going to doubt
blinkers
him.
off
Right.
41%. Seems to work okay for him.
I'm not going to doubt that, but I don't know if this horse can win this race or not. But very competitive. I mean, this race is a lot more competitive than the morning line really shows.
Hypergamies in the 4. I adore this horse. I think she's awesome, even though she's 1-for-8 lifetime. Daughter of American Pharaoh, this is a very Doug O'Neill move.
Mm-hmm.
A very Doug O'Neill move to move her from the sweet life down the hill and the China doll a mile on the turf to a mile and a 16th on the dirt for the first time. Does she have a shot here?
Sure. She's got foundation. A lot
think
of these
so
horses
too,
haven't been going
man.
long.
I'm with
She's
you.
been going long a lot.
Yes.
Why not? I mean, I applaud Doug O'Neill for entering this horse in this race, because usually you'll see horses like this sit it out and not give it a chance. They don't know what they have. Obviously, they think the horse is talented. I think the horse can compete with these.
Sure.
They just got to do it.
Red Cherry will break from the 6, a maiden breaker last time on the turf. Did try dirt on debut for John Sadler. What do we think of Red Cherry? I think I'm very tough on.
Yeah, tough. I mean,
but we've seen weirder things. This is a Rock Your World. The Rock Your Worlds have been ready winning stakes, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see this one go back to the turf, and I think that's what everybody really wants. But
like the stretch out last time. Like the stretch out last time. I mean, when I texted you about this race yesterday, I said, "Why did this come up salty?" Like sneak, you can make a case. I mean, like there's a case for a cherry here.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think it's strong. I don't think it's like overwhelming or anything. But
it wouldn't surprise me.
No,
like
it wouldn't stun. It would surprise. It wouldn't stun.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Brooklyn Blonde breaks from the 7. That is the outside of this race. Go ahead and doubt Michael McCarthy and a gun runner.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I mean, lost to Bottle Rouge, Piney Woods.
Yep.
2 formidable foes, got away from them. One, sometimes that turns the light bulb on.
Yep, no
and I think that's very possible in this race.
The other part, that was first time going 2 turns.
There you go.
Get that extra distance too, right?
Extra distance,
Yep.
going longer.
Yep.
That might be the key.
Whew. All right, so we're going to give our official predictions here. I went 5-3-1. I will take Meaning on top. I'm following an angle I don't always follow, but when I do, it tends to work out for me. Last year in the Derby, I watched Flavien Prat choose Baeza.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right, guy just won the Eclipse Award. He's jumping off of a horse for another horse. I'm putting that horse in my trifecta box. And I was right. That is what I'm doing with meaning. I'm going to trust that Juan Hernandez is riding the best horse in this race, that he knows how to sniff that out. French Blue is the second horse I'm using here. I agree with you. I thought she ran a really good Santa Isabel. I think she's going to enjoy a second attempt at 2 turns. Daughter of Gun Runner here. Distance isn't going to bother her. Into mischief on the damn side. I mean, you talk about going 9 furlongs. French Blue is the most bred for it I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, ever seen.
Run all day.
And then the other Baffert, 4th entry in here. If she repeats the Santa Isabel, she's got a shot.
Yep.
She's got a shot. So I'll go 5-3-1.
And I went 1-5-7. So I think 4th entry is really going to get a nice trip here. They can be on the lead if need be, sit back off of it. And it's really their world to kind of position themselves in order to win. And Mike Smith, Hall of Famer, he can do that. 5 obviously is very tough. Probably the best horse in this race and the horse to beat.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sold.
I get you.
I don't think they're 3 to 5 good.
I think second off the layoff is the last thing that really sold me on meaning. Yeah. Right, is that we got a little bit of a break from October, and the horse came back as a 3-year-old. That's something you like to see, right? As a horse comes off the break, came back running. She looks good. She's been working fine. I think we got from her what we wanted in the Lost Virgin is kind of a softer spot, but 2 turns, right? Going that mile, at least 8 furlongs, only have to go 8.5 here, I think makes a ton of sense. Moving on to race 7, a maiden special weight here out at Santa Anita Park. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. This is SoCal Saturdays in the Horse Racing Happy Hour Podcast Network. His name is Barry Spears, and I am Louis Rabeau. Race 7 is a 6.5 furlong turf sprint. It's for state breds, $70,000 on the line. 3-year-olds in here. Barry, odd race means you are the odd fellow, and you go first. I know in race 7 you landed on the 4.
Yes. The horse named after the trainer.
Okay, so we need to discuss this part of it because I don't know Carla Gaines. But I have been told many times in my life that an owner should never put his own name in the horse's name. It's bad luck. Is it bad luck for Carla Gaines to train Gaines? You think no?
No, we're going full speed ahead. I'm not that superstitious.
4, 5, and 1 for you. Why do you like the 4?
First time starter. That last workout was pretty good. 47.3 handed from the gate. Again, one of the longer, faster gate works in this field. Mo Forza, the horse, very good on turf when he was out there and not hurt. Damn it. There's some things to like in the pedigree, and I think this horse is going to fly a little bit under the radar and hopefully get it done. This is a wide open event. I
agree with you. 4, 5, and 1 for you. Another first timer right next to there. Good gate works for Eugene Sledge, but as you mentioned, another Mo Forza, in fact.
Yeah, longer works. This longest, fastest gate work actually this horse owns, but I don't. It's just preference at this point. First time starter, both out of Mo Forza. One was sold for $24,000. The other one you don't know. Is actually a homebred.
Yes.
So who knows? I mean, these type of races are crapshoots in a sense because you don't know what you're going to get first time out from a lot of these horses.
Your third place horse is the 1. I have that horse on top here. Everybody knows I love a second timer. This is one starting for the second time this month. So we're bringing this back on literally a month's rest here. Second timers for Peter are great. He does not ride Ricardo Gonzalez too often, but when you think of Ricky Gonzalez, what do you think of? I think of sprints.
Yes, absolutely.
And so for this race, getting the rail, not great, but I trust Ricky. Let's get out of the gate. I think we'll be okay here. Frankly, this one didn't break very well last time. I do worry about that, but this one I think can close if it needs to. A son of Geronimo, and Dan is Emmy and I. That's on the Heat Seeker side, very turfy on that side as well. So I think it makes sense. Second timer here. You can tell much of the works recently are just to get speed into this horse, right? Just trying to get it out of the gate a little faster, all those things. Hopefully tight Dally is the winner of this one.
Post position helps also.
I actually, for this horse, I think so. I think that's absolutely correct. This part's interesting too. That 6 furlong course starts on the turf. The 6.5 starts behind the dirt. This one will have to cross the dirt. What if there's a chance that it likes it? Right? Or just, it's the one thing, whatever, that does help out. I'm not using that as a huge part of my handicapping or anything, but it at least exists. I've gained second. How about that? I agree with you in that one. But how about this? Hal 9000 for Ryan Hansen and the Escobedo combination. Those two, by the way, sneaky decent 13% at Santa Anita. That's not the end of the world. And by the way, Ryan Hansen, because of what he trains, is in a lot more races like this where there are a lot of betting options. And so his 13% to me with Escobedo is impressive. And frankly, if you look at their personal numbers, they're not as good apart as they are together. Correct. And frankly, it raises their boat quite a bit. First-timer starters here. He hits at 11% as well. I think sneaky good. He's worked this one from the gate 4 straight works. He knows what he wants to do here. He knows that this son of Grayson's got a chance on debut. So I'll go 1, 4, and 7 in here, Barry. I think the 7's got a serious shot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, some people look at those amount of gate works as a negative, but I can see the opposite. Like you said, want to get some speed, get this horse out of the gate. Practice is what makes that perfect.
If you see or get a sense of what the entries are going to look like by the time we get to the race, and that's going to be a bunch of first timers, why wouldn't you want the horse that gets out of the gate first? Yeah, get out of the gate first. So that makes a ton of sense to me. So race 8 coming up next year. SoCal Saturdays, hanging out with you. It is Santa Anita Derby Day tomorrow. We are previewing the entire card. The late pick 5 starts here in race 8. It is the evening jewel, another one of the Golden State Series. The Calbreds, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt here. This is for 3-year-old fillies. So flipping to the other side here. We had the Colt race earlier in the NED, and now we have the filly race here in the evening jewel. We're going to get an even money favorite in Mohaven. Daughter of Yapon into mischief on the dam side. So lots and lots of speed. Potential for some distance as well, but they've kept this one over 1 turn her entire career. She wins the Golden State Juvenile Fillies. They tried her the Sweet Life last time out down the hill. Maybe not what she wants to do. She gets back to the dirt here. Worthy favorite?
On paper, yes. Okay. But I just don't. I don't know what to make of the changes and what this horse has been doing. I mean, 4 straight races at Del Mar, and then runs at Santa Anita on the turf off of a break, then puts blinkers on again. I'm not really sure what the deal is here. Maybe it's just a quirky horse in general, but we'll see. That kind of stuff is real tricky to read. And I always take that as a negative. When I can't figure it out, I try to take it as a slight negative. That's why I put this horse second.
If it's a puzzle to you and it looks like it was a puzzle to the trainer,
right?
That might be
a puzzle. If it looks like a puzzle and it's cut like a puzzle.
If it quacks like a puzzle,
yeah,
it might be a puzzle.
Puzzles quack.
You know what I learned yesterday? Puzzle. So I had a guy we both really like, Bobby Hall, and a guy that we're kind of lukewarm on, and Steve Kornacki on the show. And the Gazelle is tomorrow at Aqueduct. Do you know the name of the jump? Have you seen the Gazelles jump 10 yards at a time? Do you know what that's called?
There's a word for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pronking. Huh. Doesn't that sound like a TikTok dance?
It sounds like something I do when I get out of bed. I pronk. Right? No? That doesn't work.
Pronking? Why are you pronking?
I don't know.
You're not a gazelle.
We're gonna have to use that.
You don't even walk as fast as I do, and you're like,
that's true.
A foot taller. Like what?
That's true. I'm very slow. Slow roll.
No, you never pronked. You don't pronk. I don't. But I knew a word that Bobby Hall didn't know, and he worked in newspapers. That felt good. That felt good.
Yeah.
Man.
It's top dog editor. I mean,
bro, that guy. How bored is he if he's going on my podcast and my radio show on back-to-back days? How bored is Bobby Hall? And how underused is Bobby Hall?
Yeah, we need to see more Bob.
Like Steve Beck, what are you doing?
Get him on.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to talk to Dave Grenning. No, you got to talk to Bobby Hall. Be better.
There you go.
That was inside the mind of Spears. I apologize to everyone. In race 8, I did land on. Wait, that's you. From Barry's up.
Yeah, I landed on 6.
I landed on my haven. This is as much an MSL Jaramillo play as well.
It is.
I think.
Yeah,
I think he's going
getting
to
on these kind of horses
a spectacular chance with this.
Right,
horse.
he's getting on these kind of horses and capitalizing. And
he's winning. That's exactly right.
The trainers know what to expect from him as a rider, and that kind of familiarity goes a long way, especially where there's a lot of jockey shuffle out there, and you really don't have too much access to Juan Hernandez. So that makes a lot of sense.
You want to hear Louis throw one downfield here? I'm going to take Cecilia Street in the second spot here. Mirko DeMuro on the dirt with this one sprinting. Leonard Powell trains. Never had a speed figure above 58. Okay? But this one has tried the dirt one time, and that was recently at least, and that was in the Soviet Province, which is still a great name for a stakes race at Los Alamitos in December. And that is a 2-year-old stakes race. It's essentially the undercard for the Los Al Futurity. Okay, this horse finished second in that state bred race on the dirt, going the 2 turns here. Obviously, only has to go 6.5 here. If you look at this horse's earlier work, wins going a mile on the turf, but before that was sprinting. I'm interested to see if this is enough distance for this horse, but this is one that's usually near the front of the pace. I think this one can actually sneak in, this Daughter of Stanford. I think can win this race. I saw enough in that Soviet Province on the dirt there at at Los Al, that this horse can translate here at San Antonio Park as well. I actually like Cecilia Street a lot here. I almost put her on top.
Yeah, no, I have her third in my handicapping here, but she definitely has a shot. I like the fact that she's cutting back.
Yes, I think that's right.
And you know, it's really hard to tell what those state bred races were like. I mean, you're not getting those same sort of horses in this race.
Yeah.
So it could be better, it could be worse. It's kind of the jury's out, but they do get DeMoro back, which is a good sign. Because I feel like he knows the horse better than anybody, and they might get an okay setup. There's quite a bit of speed here. Usually in these kind of races, it heats up early, and you can get horses like any horse that passes any could be a viable option here. So
Cecilia Street was in two back, was in at Santa Anita in an optional claimer at the $50,000 level. This is Calbred, but 21-4, 45-1 in that race.
Quick.
And she was only 4 lengths off, and then she was 1 length off. So maybe she doesn't start great, but boy, if she has any kind of path, Barry, I think she's really a serious horse here. I know you've got her third in your handicapping. The 6 on top, though, Barry, too sassy. Go ahead.
Yeah, this horse actually beat Moaven back in September last year and beat that horse pretty good.
Yes. Put her away, frankly.
And then they kind of lost their way. I think the horse went a little bit off form. They went in the Golden State Juvenile at 7 furlongs and kind of spit it out. Came back in the Cal Cup Oaks on the turf going a mile, and that's not their bag either. I think this is right down their alley. Been training towards this race. Looks like this might be the one they were looking for.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get the trip. Honestly, they just need to stick to near Mohaven, and I think they might be okay.
Yeah, winner of the General Porton down there at Del Mar over the 5.5 as a 2-year-old, as Barry mentioned, in September. Beat Mohaven by 3.5 lengths that day.
Yeah.
So Mohaven able to flip the script there. Can I ask an uncomfortable question?
Sure, do it.
Umberto Rispoli was aboard for both of those races. When he comes back, how much business has Emissail Rubio and potentially Florent Giroux, especially on the dirt?
A lot. I think they eat into his business a lot.
I think they do, right?
Yeah, especially the dirt.
Jaramillo especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Giroux, if you've got a horse that wants to be part of the pace, he's as good as he's going to be as good as the areas out there. I agree. Yeah. So it's just a fact. I know it's negative to talk that way, but I mean, it's also the business. I mean,
right.
it is what it is. Yeah.
It's actually what's going to happen. So those kind of things you have to factor in some way, shape, or form, because when he does come back, it's going to change things in the way races are run. Just like when those guys ended up out there, it changed the way races are run. You can see it.
Rolling through the card, late pick 4 starts in race 9, optional claim here. Another state bred. We're going a mile on the turf here. Non-2-lifers, and you've got to be 3 or older to be in this one here, or 4 and older, excuse me, Barry. In this one, another nice field of 12 here. Where did you land, Barry?
This starts the all turf pick 3.
Good point. Too. Thank you for bringing that up.
Right, 9, 11, 12. But I have to give my guy Prince Dolce another shot.
One more shot. You were so upset by this.
Man, I was heartbroken there on San Felipe Day when this horse just came up short. Just out of nowhere. I didn't even know where the horse was. And just came like a flash late. I mean, honestly, this horse just didn't get a great trip, was sort of lost halfway through the race, dropped back, and then came flying at the end.
Was that the closing race?
Yes, that was the last race of the day. I had a lot going on that one.
Yes, you did. Dude, because he was nowhere. I mean, he was
And I was like, where did he come from?
Nowhere.
And I was like, who's this horse splitting horses late?
You loved him too.
Yeah.
13 to 1. Oh.
Yeah, I talked to the connections and they were high on the horse too. And, getting into that mile distance, it was perfect. And they're putting blinkers on, which makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going to give this one another shot. We should get that 12 to 1 too. I hope we get it. I do. This horse is going to be.
Oh, you want longer odds on the horse you're betting on? What a stunning thing to say in front of
no way.
An audience here. Yes, I have 4 horses listed, Barry, in my analysis here. That's how wide open I think this race is. I landed on the 7. That is Warm Sun and Brew, another horse that just missed last out, including with your buddy Prince Dulce, was part of that finish there at that race. Has been really close the last couple of times, and frankly, this distance at a mile does seem to be what's best for him.
Honestly, I think being on the rail in that last race really hurt that horse.
Yeah, okay.
Getting off the rail and outside, you can see in the other races that this horse ran, that being outside is probably better.
It did force his issue too early.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And he can settle and get into the right rhythm and make that one run. He should be tough in here. I used him for 3rd.
Sabretooth is coming out to Tim Yaktine, and usually we see horses go from the West Coast to Brittany Russell. That's usually what we see, but this one's coming back to Tim Yaktine, actually, and never been there before, taking the blinkers off, and this is a Maryland bred of all things. Jaime Torres rode this one at the fairgrounds last time to a win, but before that, this horse was at Santa Anita Park, and so it was back to the Yaktine barn here, was really close, ran well the Eddie Logan. I just think this is a horse that fits in at this level.
Yeah, it's hard when they're coming off layoffs like this and going east to west. It's really strange. But that's when you can get prices. I think that you're going to get more than that 6 to 1. You know how I feel about Tim Yaktine. He's the Rodney Dangerfield of trainers out there.
Yeah,
but he does good work if you really pay attention. I just don't think this would be the race for me with Sabretooth.
Yep.
I think the next one would be the one I would go.
Stylishly acclaimed will break from the inside. I like this one, Jaramillo angle, but this one won down the hill last time. It broke its maiden going a mile. I think the hill and the mile show me that this horse is willing to go a mile again. Sure. I think that makes a lot of sense in here. And then I went to the very outside. I don't love the post position for Call Me Sir, but this was one that was in an optional 50 open company, not Calbreds. It gets to drop back into state company here. This one almost picked off the Turf Classic recently. So give me those 4 in here, 7, 11, 1, and 12. Barry, you went a little bit differently, and I clicked on one. There we go. Fascinating. 10, 8, and 7 for you here.
Yeah.
You are ready to talk about King of Dragons.
Yeah.
By the way, I think every horse you and I have in our handicapping here could win.
Yeah.
It's that kind of race.
We got all different except for one, right?
I think we have 6 different horses between 7 horses. Yes. Right.
King of Dragons, has 2 excuses after being laid off since November of last year. That first one, they just threw the head at the start and just didn't get a chance. And then in the race on March 7th was wide the whole way around. Ran well and almost got to the lead and kind of petered out late. Gets Juan Hernandez this time. Probably get a better trip. I think this horse might even get overlooked, but stands a really good chance to win this race. I mean, I'm only going with Prince Dolce because they should have won last time in that same race.
To the hoop.
To the hoop. To the hoop. To the hoop. Prince Dolce. This exacta I'm really going to push in on.
To the hoop.
To the hoop. And in that turf pick 3.
Okay.
I use the 10 and the 8 for sure.
Would you use the 7?
No.
Okay. So 10 and 8, very much
just
on
to
top
get
of
skinny.
You.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, frankly, this many betting options, in a weird way, these $3 pick 3s are not set up for places like Keeneland or something where there's going to be 10 betting options.
Yeah.
They're set up for places where you need to raise the minimum to raise the payouts, right? That's fine. Still applies to today. Good luck, y'all. Have fun. I mean, it's like having a turf pick 3 at Kentucky Downs. Can you imagine?
Oof, man, that's tough. That's like a dart throw.
All of them are turf pick 3s. That's true. Thank you, whoever just said that, watching us. Thank you. Very helpful, jerk.
Whoever you are.
Whoever you are. Santa Anita Race 10. We'll start the late pick 3. Speaking of a $3 minimums, $3 pick 3 leading into this one. It is the grade 1 Santa Anita Derby. We are going 1 mile and 1/8 on the dirt. Let's meet the entire field. Barry, Cherokee Nation, who got Lasix last time and everyone fell in love with them, will be back here without Lasix. where he finished 5th by 6 3/4 lengths in the Robert B. Lewis. That is why I'm leaving him out. Why are you leaving him out?
Yeah, he seems a little bit dressed up. I mean, obviously he was way better than that maiden special weight field that he beat with Winston Ave back in February. But beyond that, hasn't really shown up. I mean, lost to Robusta, kind of hung tough. Lost to Plutarch, hung tough for a little while. But that seems to be the MO here. And I can't go with a horse that's going to be a short price in a race where they really kind of don't belong per se, only because they really haven't run well. And in that maiden special weight, they could have just laid over the field. I mean, they were in Greatest Stakes company before that a couple of times. So it stands to reason that they should have won that race like they did. But this is a much tougher event. Much, much tougher.
Jaramillo's going to stay with Robusta. Cherokee Nation gets Florent Giroux, was near the front last time. Does that make a big difference for you?
No, I mean, he's a speed rider in himself. I just getting the Lasix off is also an issue for me with Cherokee Nation because it seems like he runs differently off Lasix.
No doubt about it.
You know, that's something to consider too. And the rail draw, there's a lot for me not to like as far as my style goes.
Potente, the 2, we saw him in the San Felipe lurking, and then all of a sudden he won. Took him a long time to overtake Robusta. Good news for him is that he'll get an extra 16th of a mile here. He is the one here, Barry, in this field. I talked about it to begin the show. The 2 coasts have very interesting runners to me that are making their 3rd starts ever. Iron Honor will break from the outside of the Wood Memorial. If he gets it done, you're going to have to tell me to shut up about him in the next month. If Potente looks like what I think he can do tomorrow at Santa Anita Park, he may become my favorite for the Kentucky Derby.
I hear you. Especially on the stretch out.
I think a lot of this
because he's a big horse.
Yes.
And you know, the longer you go, the more forgiving it is. And you saw that when he ran down Robusta.
Yep.
He needed all of the stretch and probably a little bit more to get by Robusta. But the stretch out makes a lot of sense. He really didn't get going until he hit the wire. You know, I watched that replay a few times at the track and then afterwards. You know, this horse really gets cranked. And when he got going, he really put it into gear for such a big horse. And that could be a real good advantage, especially in a race like the Derby, where there's 20 horses get bumped around a little bit. They're going to just bump right off him. He's like Tecmo Bowl, you know, the Mac from Cleveland. He's just knock dudes off.
You don't have to explain that reference to me. I know
okay.
What it is. Yeah. No, I like Western civilization, so I understood that.
Bo Jackson. How about that? Everybody knows Bo.
Barry Sanders was the best. But yeah,
of course.
We'll move on. It's okay. I'll let it go. I'm going to let it go. We'll let it go.
From Detroit.
We'll let it go. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. Over under for Potente's buyer speed figure tomorrow. I'm going to go 96. Over under.
If he wins, it's going to be over 100.
I agree. If he runs like a 102, are we going, because I think we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a player. I like him.
Vitruvian Man will break from the 3. Vitruvian, of course, a reference to Vino Rosso, Vitruvian. Man who's in the wine trade. Bernardini Mare, Vino Rosso on the top. No reason not to like this horse as far as the setup here, but he's never done it at this level and certainly not on dirt as well. Did win it a mile on 16th restricted company at Keeneland. And they went to Turfway. They did all kinds of other stuff. This is the most Doug O'Neill entry I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it really is because, you know, I was about to send him back downstairs to the wine cellar. Because I'm
proud you know the wine cellar's down. That's good. That's
right?
Good. I'm glad.
I'm cellar, right? You know.
Yeah, but there's someone out there right now, probably not watching this, but there's someone out there that thinks a wine cellar is SELLER, like someone who sells wine.
Oh, okay.
And you knew it was a place where you kept wine. No, this is
in my head. It was
levels.
CELLAR.
Yes, which it is. I'm very proud of you, Barry, for knowing that there's a place where snobs keep wine. I'm very proud of you. Because part of being in horse racing is us doing this and wearing t-shirts. But tomorrow you're going to be around Vitruvians. I mean, that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
You're going to the Bluegrass.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have a glass of wine tomorrow. It's going to happen, right? You're going to have a little.
I think so. And a
little champagne tomorrow.
I want some of that bread pudding. That's really
well.
I've been trying to get.
I mean, we're going to burgoo you. We're going to bread
Never
pudding
had
you.
burgoo. So I've never been to Keeneland, so.
Do you like stews? Are you pro chili?
Yeah, I'm a beef stew guy.
Are you like are you
I don't do that now because I live in Florida and it's 90
Yeah, but
degrees
like,
all
are
the
you
time.
because you live amongst many different kinds of cuisine as well.
True.
All of the world's best cuisines are just like throw a bunch of stuff in a pot and figure it out.
Yeah, puttanesca. Ooh, you didn't think I knew that.
It's a wall. It doesn't move.
Puttanesca. Right? I know Italian too. And the only reason I know that word is from Lemony Snicket's movie.
Have we mentioned your top pick yet? We have not mentioned my top pick yet either. And I think a lot of Robusta. And I'm going to pick Robusta on top.
I figured.
And I think this is for lots of reasons. But Barry, I just saw it.
You did.
I just saw this horse do everything that I wanted to see it do when we were there for the San Felipe. Not be afraid to get the lead. Not be afraid to battle other horses. Not be afraid to be part of the early breakneck pace we had in that race. All of the things set up for this horse to be even better. This is a son of Accelerate. And I know that his progeny have not been great, but did you watch Accelerate?
Yeah.
Because I sure as bleep did. And I watched Into Mischief's runners run, and this is Into Mischief on the damn side because we're all old now. But this horse to me checks every box except the Lewis was really bad. Other than that, this horse, every time it's gone 2 turns, has been wildly competitive. It was just a bad Lewis. Figured it out last time by throwing the blinkers on. We keep those here. I think this horse has a serious shot. I'll put him on top because of the value.
Why does everybody hate this horse?
I
Look
don't
at the
get it.
odds on this
I
horse
know.
every time they run. I mean, this is going to be the lowest odds of any race. This
Who
horse has
knows?
ever
I
had.
might get 10 to 1 on Robusta by the time we get there tomorrow, dude.
You know, if the trend continues, you're probably going to get
50 to 1. Yeah, right. No kidding.
But I doubt that. But
But got a shot.
you're still going
This
to
is
get.
a Calumet Hope-bred. What are we doing?
You're still going to get a good price. I mean,
God.
because So Happy's in here. The outside
Yes.
horse is
Trepido,
in here.
yes.
Trepido. I mean, you're still going to get a decent price on that horse. And they stand a better chance than a lot of these others that might get bet. Meaning So Happy.
I'm out on So Happy.
Yeah, I do not like that.
Okay. Oh, I like the horse.
Oh yeah, I mean he's cool.
And I'm going to really like him in the
Yeah.
Pat Day Mile. Like, I think he'll be good in the Pat Day Mile.
Oh, he's cool. But Run Happy going this distance, it just doesn't.
I mean, I know it's a Super Saver at the Grand Sire, but it's just not. His kids are
thank
not doing that. Yeah, they're just not. And so it's its own thing. Start the ride. We'll break from the 6 here. The Harris Farms folks out there in California. So Calbred, Dan Blacker taking some swings this weekend. And you know what?
Why not?
He took this horse as a maiden to the Cal Cup Derby, won that thing at 13 to 1. May as well take a swing with your horses. We saw this one win over 2 turns at Santa Anita Park already. I don't think it's fast enough.
You just got to get out of the gate. I think he might be fast enough. He just has to get out of the gate. Might need a little bit of a setup. Could get it. I mean, a horse like this could finish second, get in the Derby, and kind of make some weird noise.
What's the price you would bet this horse had to win?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think there's a price.
Okay.
I don't think I would ever.
We have not mentioned your top pick, which makes me think you're picking Intrepido in this race. We'll break from the 7, second off the layoff here, technically, but has been a little bit of time since the Robert B. Lewis, where I thought the horse looked very good. Debut as a 3-year-old, ran in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, way up the track, and frankly, was that the disappointing performance of that Friday?
No.
You don't think so? Okay, so
No.
trying 2 turns. Well, second time doing 2 turns. Won the American Pharoah last year, though, so this is the one Grade 1 winner in this field. I know that's not why
I
you're.
think Brandt in that same race was the more disappointing person. In the Ted Naughton race. I think he disappointed.
In Mr. AP,
And-
like the pleasant surprise of the day kind of
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Because he was pretty
It was
awesome.
in the same race. Yeah.
Okay. Second to the Robert B. Lewis. We saw him win the American Pharoah. The case for Intrepido is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think they just didn't get the greatest of trips. I don't think they wanted that trip they got in the Lewis. They were close to the pace than they really wanted to be. I think this horse really needs a target. They should get it here. There's plenty to run at, and I think they stand to get a good trip because this field isn't that large, and they're quick enough to make their own luck.
All right, let me get these picks up on the screen. So, Barry, you are 7, 2, and 4. That means you are Intrepido, then Potente. Your surprise level if it goes Potente, Intrepido.
Very,
Very, very low, right? Okay.
No surprise.
You have the 4 horse here in Robusta. Robusta wins the race, your surprise level.
0.
Okay, I agree with you. I think those 3 all make sense in this spot here. So you're going to go 7, 2, and 4. Let me go ahead and put those up there for Barry in the Santa Anita Derby. Guess what I did? 4, 2, and 7.
Well, there we go.
I mean, not that terribly different. Just literally or not on.
Guess we know what our pick 5 tickets.
Well, no, that's exactly right. And it's the other part of this is on the Oak side this year, Barry. We have seen horses come out of maiden wins, out of much lower levels, and win 100-point races.
Mm-hmm.
The Derby side's not been like that.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It could happen.
Oh, 1,000,000,000%. The
like
Wood could absolutely happen that
like
way.
the
The Bluegrass is
Wood.
full
I
apart
was just going to
for
reference
sure.
that.
You're right. But you and I are not counting on that this week. Are we the ones that are? Because Cherokee Nation could be the favorite of this race. Let's not pretend. And you and I don't even have that horse in the top 3.
I hope he's the favorite for our
Well, I
sake.
yeah.
But again, he's another one. If he's the 4th one, if we went 4 deep in this, I would use him 4th because you know the talent's there. It's just a matter of when it's going to show, and people are going to be attracted to that gaudy Beyer speed figure from the last race, and it might cloud their judgment and go to the wrong favorite. And I hope that happens. It happens a lot.
He probably is the 4th favorite. I agree with you.
Yeah,
probably is the 4th favorite. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Feel good about
I mean,
yourself?
and we're excluding So Happy. So who's a talented horse in his own right? Probably just needs to sprint.
Pat him up.
Yeah.
Let brother Pat him off. If it doesn't work, then you go back to sprinting. Yeah. Or you target something like is it Chick Lang 3-year-old race on Creek and Stay? One of those sprints, Maryland Sprinter, the Chick Lang. One of those is grade 3, right? It's grade 3. Go run that. Go pick that off. You've seen weirder things in that for sure.
Speaking of Pat Day Mile,
talk to me.
My daughter does the greatest impression of Brian Lynch saying Pat Day Mile. And she heard me say it first. She said it to me.
Okay.
And I didn't understand what she was saying, just like she was Brian Lynch. So, yeah.
Wait. Okay. So you said Brian Hernandez in the story. And now you're saying Brian Lynch.
It was Brian Lynch. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Hernandez.
So for a second there, I was like, yo, Brian,
Brian Lynch.
Sounds like me.
Australia.
Brian Hernandez sounds like me, and I was going to be like, bro, do you not understand me?
No.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say Brian.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
If I did.
Okay. No, shout out to Brian Lynch. Nice guy.
Shout out to Brian Hernandez. Good dude.
Also a nice guy. Brian was my, I don't do a lot of shows that have like season finales.
Oh.
But the Kentucky Racing Spotlight is 2 times a year. So I always have a season opener and a season closer. I get to do 2 of those a year. It's very fun. And I had Brian on for my season closer.
Nice.
Oh, it was a good little Derby winner, little Oaks winner, little we were running to Louisiana at the time, so he lives close enough to fairgrounds that he bikes to the track.
Yeah, Raylu was doing that too.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to figure out a way, like spend 2 weeks near fairgrounds.
Yeah.
It just
Not been to fairgrounds.
But I mean, like,
by the track.
But I mean, like, literally get a house right near there. Don't get a car.
We could do a parade. We could register a parade. Just me and you. Right?
That's why I keep him around, people.
See?
That's why I keep him around.
Parade.
That's it's also a Hannibal Buress reference. It's a very good one. I mean, a very good one. You want to do the late double?
Yeah.
One of my favorite
$5 doubles.
So everybody's got their favorite random race that they love at a track. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is my favorite Santa Anita race. That's
Really?
a random one. I love the hill. Right? I love handicapping the hill. Let's be clear.
Mine
okay?
is the misdirection. By the way.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I don't hate that.
Down the hill.
Like the Hillsboro at Tampa.
Mm.
I love that race. It's not their big race, but actually, ironically, it is their highest graded race. The United Nations, not the Haskell for me. That kind of stuff. And I hope you hear the trend here. It's all turf races, right? It's all kind of turf races, that kind of stuff. Like Keeneland this weekend, my favorite race actually, because I can never figure it out, Shakertown.
Oh yeah,
5.5 in the turf. Get out of here, like whatever.
It's a free for
But
all.
you
Every
also,
year.
I feel like you also in that race, the Shakertown, for example, you get really fast horses. Like it's like, oh, we're doing that today, kind of fast. Like Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile this year, fast. Like
the Florida Speed comes up for that.
It's just fantastic stuff for sure. All right, the Monrovia features Queen Maxima. We'll find out how Barry's going to try to beat Queen Maxima in this spot because that's what Barry does. We're going down the hill to grade 3, 6.5 on the turf. Fillies and mares that are 4 and up. Open company here, Barry. Queen Maxima going down the hill, winner of the La Signatas last time out. Didn't win the SK Matty before that. Over the 5 flat at Del Mar, but before that was the winner of this race by 4 1/3 lengths last year, or 4 1/4 lengths, excuse me, last year. But you went a different direction.
I did.
You're going to try Princessa, or no, you're going to try Amarita here. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes, Amarita.
Yep.
Talk
Had a good race down the hill back last April. Just missed beating Jungle Peace that day. And that race in particular stacks up really well against this field. I know the Beyer speed figure of that race wasn't that great, but that horse ran a hell of a race that day. They came out of that one and didn't come back until July. And they went a mile, which this horse kind of can do. But again, I think down the hill is probably what this horse wants to do best. They then, out of that mile race at Del Mar, going to the Wishing Well in February and just did not get a good trip, just wide pretty much the whole way. They come out of that to go into this race. I love that bullet on March 27th in preparation for this race. They have the versatility to be on the lead or off the pace. They drew well. DeMuro, Mandela, enough said.
Was on the lead in the China Doll for a long time as well. And so this is a horse, I'm not going to fight you on this one at all. Amarita makes sense here for a lot of the reasons we talk about as far as handicapping the hill. Has shown acumen over the mile before, has tried the hill before, and frankly was good in that Senorita last time in April last year. And so, like you said, gets at least off the bench in that Wishing Well, which was a race for horses that hadn't won a stake in a certain amount of time. And so I'm with you. I think that's a reasonable pick here. I think it's the wrong pick, but I think it's a reasonable pick. I'm going to go 1, 6, and 5 here. I do think Queen Maxima is the favorite, and a worthy favorite.
This field on paper, but
Daughter Bucaro on paper for sure. Winner of her last 2, hasn't run since January, but I think this is what they're going to try to do with her now. Run her every other month or so. Pick spots like this. And by the way, Jeff Mullins, keep being Jeff Mullins because you're doing a damn good job. So these are the things that I'm not worried about. He's jacked. No, but he's really the last couple of years has really come into this really well. Great. And it's been, frankly, it's been a combination of very good training, of course, but just placing horses and doing things like with Queen Maxima. Hey, she's 5 now. Let's give her a little bit of time. Let's get her in this spot. Oh, it makes sense to go down the hill. Our ownership gets to be there on Santa Anita Derby Day and that kind of thing. This makes a lot of sense.
The thing I enjoy about Jeff Mullins in particular is that he's adjusted to what he has and the state of the game. He's changed the way that he's trained a little bit in order to win races. And I appreciate that as somebody that, from the outside looking in, he sees some of the things that I see, or probably the other way around. And he's made adjustments and he's able to kind of succeed where you may not thought he would have.
The Peruvian bred Princessa Moche is the second spot for me here. I watched her in that megahertz and she was excellent under Miko DeMuro. Before that, she was in the Las Llagas. By the way, she's the case for using horses that come off the hill in mile races. She did it. Second in that one. Terrible in the Buena Vista. I'm not going to make any excuses. She was terrible last time. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line through that race.
One of the reasons I ended up on the 5 was because DeMuro was riding that horse, Princessa Moche, most of the time, and ends up on Amarita. I think he believes Amarita has a little bit more talent and more upside at this point than a horse like Princessa Moche. I know she's a 6-year-old. That probably is what makes the difference here. But man, this is a really tough race. Even though Queen Maxima should be like the overwhelming favorite, I just don't appreciate the inside draw and the way this race kind of shapes up. She can still win for sure. I mean, obviously I use her in the handicapping, but I'm going to try to beat her in this spot.
Last year in January, Queen Maxima did win from the 1, actually, in an optional claimer down the hill. So she's done it before, for sure. Barry, do you, Tirapati is your third pick in here, the 2-horse, Ricky Gonzalez, Jonathan Thomas. I'm never going to talk you out of a Jonathan Thomas horse. This is the winner of the Wilshire going a mile. I don't think this one's been down the hill before, but hey, Jonathan Thomas, we're talking turf out west. Makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, this horse has been keeping really good company at the mile. Going down the hill sort of makes sense, especially off this slight layoff. Not slight. I mean, I guess it's slight in these times, but growing up, this would have been like the kiss of death.
Retired.
A horse that hadn't been out in almost a year. But if you look at who that horse has been running against prior to Prancing Through Paris, Liguria, Public Assembly. Those are pretty decent horses, and that stacks up well. They could actually get a trip here, and I like their March 19th working well going into this race. Why not at a kind of under the radar sort of deal?
Shout out to Miguel Clement for shipping a horse for this race.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, taking a shot.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
no, I love this kind of stuff, especially down the hill, right? I mean, when you don't know if your horse is going to like it or not.
Well, not only that, because he could have easily waited and ran at Churchill on Derby Day.
No doubt about it.
So running here, they're being sporting about it.
Love Appeal's daughter, of Speightstown, Medaglia d'Oro on the dam side. She's been on the turf sprinting for a long time, 6 or 16 lifetime. She's been in the money 13 of 16 races. Should absolutely be part of the equation here. And when you talk about sprinters, man, if they're in the money that often, good gosh. I mean, they're doing something absolutely right with this one. Obviously, it's been in the Clement bar her entire career. Is a Kentucky bred as well. So 5, 1, and 2 in race 11 for Barry, 1, 6, and 5 for me in the same race. Closer on the card. We're presented by Amwager here on the Horse Racing Happy Hour. Is going to be back on the turf, 6.5 furlong. We got a maiden special here. Open company, 3-year-old fillies. Don't have to be a Calbred to be in here. Interesting field for this one as well, Barry. And you and I. Here's the fun stuff. So there's I think an obvious horse in here. But Barry, once in a while, tracks have trends. And I remember, I think it was September last year at Churchill. If you bet any of the top 3 betting favorites in the last race at Churchill,
no shot.
Not only that, you were missing the exacta.
Yeah.
Period. No chance, okay? San Antonio kind of feels like that right now to close the card, does it not?
Yeah.
They're kind of in a time, and I don't know why it is, but I think what it is, Barry, is if you've noticed, Santa Anita with their cards, lighter fields go earlier, heavier fields go late, right? Is how they tend to card these things. It makes sense that the last race of the day with more betting options would be the one that would be the most difficult to handicap.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's probably what's going on here. It's not any more complicated than that. I went to the 4 horse here, Barry, who you don't even know exists, but ran second on debut, is High Society U. The aforementioned Jonathan Thomas. I'm on the turf. I get Kazushi Kimura. The two of them are really good together. I might single here.
Really?
So here's the interesting part. This is leg 3 of the turf pick 3. I think I'm a double single here in this. Queen Maxima and the favorite in the last. And so I'm going to have to get creative in that first leg.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Or I'm picking chalk.
And just playing it
for $50, right? Just $50. That's my pick 3. We're just doing that. It pays 4 to 1. We all walk away. We don't care. That would be what I do. I'll have to look at it, but I think High Society U doesn't just win this race. I think she lays on this.
Really?
4, 1, and 11 for me. The 1 is Cortina d'Ampezzo out of the Phil D'Amato barn. I thought this one looked really good as well. Hector Berrios picks up the mount from Kazushi Kimura. I think Kazushi's tipping his hand a little bit here, but I do not hate the move at all to Hector Berrios. I think that's a really good move, frankly, for this horse who has been near the pace in previous races. I wonder if they don't go for the lead here because of the rail draw. And I think it could be okay for this horse.
Yeah, that might be okay.
It might work for this horse.
They don't necessarily need it. They just need to be kind of up close, and I think that's the plan. Especially with Hector Berrios, he does a good job of spotting the pace early. I ended up on the 2, Silky Save, which is funny because this horse got beat by the 1 overseas, and it shows up in the past performances, which is wild.
Almost never see, yeah.
I thought Silky Save ran pretty good against Surfing USA. Just got a bit wide. They were in the 8 hole and didn't get that last push. They probably needed that race. They didn't run from September 6th, 2025 to February 1st, 2026. And this horse ran pretty good. The only thing that could be viewed as a negative, and I say could, is that Jaramillo doesn't stay there. But you get Juan Hernandez instead.
Right.
So I don't know, that's lateral or plus move there.
Sure. I agree.
And they should get a nice trip, getting back towards the inside.
Second time in North America as well, right? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, things are lining up. There's a good work there, March 28th. Steady work for the whole month of March, basically.
Yep.
So I think this horse is ready to go.
All right, so Silky Save for Barry there on top. 2, 11, and 9. I stopped from describing Somerset West. second timer here, I think makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah, they didn't get the greatest of trips last time. It started off slow, came running real fast late. I expect a much improved performance as long as they get out of the gate. But I will note that horses that tend to break slowly always tend to break slowly.
Peppermint Dash. Richard Baltus, first timer. He's pretty good with those. He gets Jaramillo here. We get 9-1. The two of them, for their last 9. They go 1 for 10?
It's possible. I mean, this is.
You're right. It is possible, Larry.
It's the Jaramillo angle here.
I get it.
I get it. I'm sure he had his pick of a lot of horses besides the one that he left. Or was he taken off? I don't know. But he does end up on a horse in this race, and it's this one. I like those last 2 works in particular. Baltus can do it first time out.
For sure.
I'm going to have to look at this one in the paddock, but as far as the turf pick 3, I'm definitely using that horse.
Okay. 4-1 and 11 for me, 2, 11 and 9 for Barry in the closer on the card there at Santa Anita on Saturday. We went inside the mind of Spears. We had Louis Baffert play of the day. We did not have Barry's boring play of the day.
No, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Because when I pick chalk, it doesn't typically work out well.
And we went inside the mind of Spears, and it was just not good. It's just not good. And
I get out of there. Too many demons, ghosts.
We're trying to have sponsors.
Right.
We're trying to work with people.
Yeah.
So we probably should not go inside the mind of Spears. But hey, it's just the whole.
Gonna have to talk with the lawyers on that one.
So by the way, I want to give a shout out to some women in this town. Rachel and Kate, who are the Hat Girls.
Oh yeah.
And I was out there doing radio today. And if you are anywhere in the world, Hat Girls, thehatgirls.com. And you just want, here's what I would say. Barry, you're going to go to your first Kentucky Derby this year.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to dress like a maniac, right? Yeah, the answer is yes. Okay. We all dress like maniacs, okay?
That's what you want to say? I mean,
how many people get to go to the Kentucky Derby out of the entire country, Barry? It's 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 for one person.
Sure.
Many people like to celebrate the Derby at their house.
What do you mean?
Why would you not dress up for that day? Why not get a fascinator for your lady? Get her a little pink fascinator, get a little green fascinator, what you're doing.
Because typically my wife leaves the house on Derby Day, and I'm in there yelling like.
So you're not doing a good job of promoting this. But I think you should.
My daughter's with me though.
Boom. For your daughter, get a fascinator, something like that. Thehatgirls.com. Appreciate them hanging out with us on the program as well. Well, Barry, Keeneland tomorrow. Early pick for the Derby prep out there. I know where you're going. Do you remember the name?
No.
I'm guessing it's not Further Ado because you would never pick
that
horse.
I love Further Ado, actually, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing not to like.
I think that race in the Tampa Bay Derby is.
Well, how good's the Puma? He's
live.
very good.
Right. It's live.
Yeah.
As far as what we've seen, obviously there's always that potential that Further Ado doesn't show up, but I thought that horse ran the best race out of all of them that day.
Interesting.
Honestly, watched it over at Santa Anita, so
yep.
I think Further Ado is going to be the goods unless Reagan's Honor just buries it.
Is it right? Yep. If we're going to find out the no Lasix thing,
but they look like the two that will dominate.
I don't understand all the rules in Louisiana, but that horse only carried 115 pounds last time.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Coming out of Maidenway.
I think it was an older horse was in that race. I think
is it 3 and up, so the 3-year-olds got to carry 5?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. Well, got to step up 8 pounds in this one and no Lasix, so that should be
beating older at this point. It's got to be pretty good.
Do not hate it. Class president, of course, will scratch out there. And by the way, I'll throw a random one out there.
9, Chad Browner.
I think Otinho hits the board.
I was thinking that one or the 3 Great White.
Yeah, Great White's the trouble,
but
that's one to watch today. So watch Keeneland today. How do those turfway horses who run on the dirt? How do they do today? Now the problem is sloppy, so it's not going to be a 1-to-1. So part of my advice to people is probably going to fall apart here, but. Great White, I agree with you. He's a volatile, but Uncle Mo on the damn side should be able to get some of that distance. We also saw him in the Battaglia.
Is really underrated, honestly. Yeah. You see horses do that all the time, and dirt to synthetic first time, you might get a horse that pops. So we'll see what Great White can do. I think they're talented enough.
Should I get arrogant and have John Ennis join us for the show?
Get super arrogant.
2 John Ennis's?
Yeah, why not?
You know, if you're betting at Keeneland, you could bet a damn wager.
Yes.
You see how I did that? That's for the partner, as opposed to you, who's like, my wife doesn't watch the Derby, Louis. I wouldn't buy her a
but my
hat
daughter,
at
she's
thehatgirls.com.
women, and she could wear a hat. She got a hat.
How could she fit a hat on that hair?
Well, I'm sure the great ladies.
You know what? You're right. It's fascinator season for your daughter. That's what it is. It's a bad job on me.
See? It's a full circle moment.
Longest episode we've ever done here on the show. This is Horse Racing Happy Hours. SoCal Saturdays. He's Barry. I'm Louie here in the home studio. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We're going to get out of here. It's time to get ready for tomorrow, frankly. That's exactly what we're actually going to go do, is get ready for tomorrow. Live right back here, wherever you're watching us, at 11 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Pacific. You can wake up with us. A little bourbon in the coffee. You'll be all right. A long day tomorrow. A bunch of great racing all over the country. Great card at Aqueduct, at Keeneland, certainly at Santa Anita as well. He's Barry. I'm Louie. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Horse Racing Happy